I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP. Welcome to Shop Talk. I call this the shop. And what's neat about this is, we built this. We did the diamond plate on the wall, we did the wood. I actually built all this pipe, screwed it all together, made it where I could hang the lights from it. We actually dropped wiring down behind the wall, pulled it through it. That way there's no exposed wires. And we wanted to build a shop that we could actually get out here and work in and do things in. So to me, building this was probably one of the smartest things we did. We shoot different in every studio. In the studio, the indoor one's normally a talking head studio. Now we do all our live streams from there because we have computers in there. Once we get out here, this is normally working with tools. I've got toolboxes, I've got a lot of old plumbing stuff over here. This looks more like a plumber working in a shop, in the field, something like that. And we've got it set up here where we can do pretty much whatever we want to do. It really doesn't matter whether you're talking about office or in the field or in your truck. You need things organized. You've got toolboxes. You need to know how your shelves are set up. You need to know where everything is. If a plumber's on a job and he doesn't know where everything is set up in his truck, every time he goes out, he's looking for something new. He's lost. That's the old plumber that keeps everything in a bucket. You got to dump the bucket out to find out what all's in it or what you're looking for. Nowadays, we've got toolboxes that literally you can separate everything. And if a good plumber does that, he knows where everything he needs is every time he looks for it. As a plumbing company owner, the things that are most important to me, of course, sewer cameras. And that's why I put them up here. I think every plumber needs to have a sewer camera that works great. He needs to be able to show his customer, here's why you've got a problem. Here's where the problem is. He's got a locator where he can say, see this right here? Right where this camera head is, this is where we're looking. This is what I'm showing you. And you can take the locator and show them. You can get cameras anywhere from $3,000 to $8,000, $10,000, $12,000. Spend what you can, but I always recommend buy a name brand. Buy a brand that you've heard of. That way you know they're gonna stand behind it. Most of these companies have amazing warranties. Invest in one that you're sure of, one that you know of, and one you know you'll use over and over again. What I like is the heads. You want a small head, you want to make sure you can get in the different size pipes, but the smaller the head, the more opportunities it's going to give you. I also like having a self-leveling head. So it doesn't matter how this camera goes in, which way it turns, anything like that. The picture that you're showing the customer is always level. It's you in the bottom of the pipe. It's battery operated. So you don't have to drag out a power cord. You don't have to sling an extension cord up on the roof, anything like that to do what you're trying to do. Another good thing about this one, it's got the backpack mount. You can still climb a ladder and maintain 3 points of contact so you don't have to worry about your safety. Now, the other thing I like about the Milwaukee is you can take this center section out. This is the brain, this is the transmitter. This is everything you need. So when you pull this out of here, now what you can do, you can put this in other size systems so that if you need a 300-foot cable, a 200-foot cable, whatever it is you need, you've got everything with you. This has the transmitter, your power. This is just a cool tool. And this piece right here is what makes it all happen. The other big things, leak detection equipment. If you're a plumber and you're subbing out leak detection to work to somebody else, you're not doing the best job you can for your customer. It's something that as plumbers, we should all know how to do. Everything from the apps that you use. If you cannot communicate with your customers each and every day, you're not doing something right. So it doesn't matter what tools you have, whether they're here in the shop or whether that tool's a computer. We carry computers with us all day, every day, and they can make our jobs so much easier. Having the right apps, having the right tools, that's how we get better, that's how we grow. Ferguson was the first sponsor I ever had, so it's a really big deal to me. We wanted to brand this, we wanted it seen. That way when we come out here and shoot video, it lets people know, look, that's what we use. Now, when it comes to tools, look, and I'm not the most organized person in the world because I understand we use these things every day. Some of the stuff that we literally bought and used for videos, but you look at it and you think, that would never work. And we get it in here and we play with it. And we're like, you know what? Actually, it does kind of work. So we've had fun just putting stuff in here that we work with, that we play with. There's a lot of tools that, we run across that, like, why doesn't every plumber have one of these? A swedge tool. If you've got a pipe that's out of round, instead of cutting it, instead of replacing it, just sometimes having the right tool, sticking it in, tapping it in, getting it rounded out, putting it back together, it makes it where you can make your solder joint better. And then we bring new tools into play with them. You know, this will clean the outside of a piece of copper pipe. And then when you push it through, it cleans the inside of a fitting. So you've got everything on a drill right here to help you do your job faster. And if you're not doing safety anywhere and everywhere, now these are kind of dirty, but you know, you've got to have safety glasses everywhere you go. This is where we're building our leak detection equipment stuff. A hydrostatic tester, this is something that we've got just to check fittings. We can take quick fitting, we can take press fittings, we can take things like that. We can do static tests to test them to different levels to see, are they really holding like the manufacturer says they are? Since the plumbing company sold, it's changed a lot. We used to have these stock, this was all copper and press fittings. Back there was all black iron fittings. The shelves here, we had PVC fittings, we had fixtures, we had different things like that. Now what we do, we keep things here for video. We've got the rigid flex shaft, which I think is phenomenal. We've got a video that we're fixing to do with that. We've got different tool bags because we want to try them out. We've got fans. We've got a battery charger because sometimes when you have a plumbing company, you have dead batteries. But everything that we do in here now is for video. So back over here, we've got power tools. We've got different things that we've played with. Then there's always something, you know, bidet toilet seats. That is something that we've got different ones because we've tried different ones, but the installation, showing people how to install it. Think about it, back when toilet paper was hard to find, man, that was a hot item. And luckily it's one that I already had installed at home. Well, whenever we first started doing videos, I wanted to show people things they've never seen. And we reached out to Bradford White and said, look, can you get me a water heater that's cut open? So these are the newer water heaters. This one's electric, so you can show people where the heating elements are. You can show them what a dip tube is, and you can show them the anode rod. And it's really nice just to be able to come in and do a video. You can still open it up. It's still got the heating elements. It's still wired. It's got everything in it. Temperature and pressure valve, everything. I mean, this is a real water heater. They just cut it open so we could show them the inside. We also asked them to do a gas water heater because they are completely different. I wanted to be able to show plumbers the flue pipe, what it looked like on the inside, but not just plumbers, homeowners. How many homeowners have no idea what the inside of their water heater looks like? To me, this was a big deal because after being in the trade for almost 40 years, I'd never seen the inside of a water heater, at least not a brand new one like that. And you can get in here to look at it and see it, and it does. It makes it make sense. Then we started building different trainers. This one here is to actually attach a tankless water heater on. We've got one over here that shows a toilet. It's easy to show plumbers how to install a toilet and do things when you can show them right here in the shop. It makes it very easy to do. To have the different trainers that we can move around and get over here in the studio so we can shoot a video and show people how to do different things with them and to be able to show it to them in a different way. How many people have ever seen the inside of a water heater like that? How many people have seen the back side of the wall or what it looks like behind their tankless water heater? They don't know that, look, I need a support stand there to hang the water heater. When you come around to the different toilets and stuff like that, talking about trainers and talking about showing people stuff they've never seen, you know, we literally, I came in one day, cut the entire back out of this toilet because I wanted to show people from another point of view. What does it look like? I can work from the back. I can show them the top view that they'll see, but I can also show them the view from here. As you see, this is a real studio. We've got cords and everything, but I can show somebody how to install a tub. We've also changed the bottom of it to where it's also designed like a shower. We want to be able to bring people in and train them, whether it's through video or whether it's bringing a plumber in here and saying, hey, show me the problem that you're having. They can point it out and say, look, we tried this, we tried this, we tried this, and it doesn't work. To me, a good work truck is really a warehouse on wheels. If you think about it, you want to have every possible fitting, valve, anything at all that a customer may need. When you go out to their house, you want to know that if anybody has a problem, you have the system the process put together to where you know you've got what you need on your truck each and every day. And having a truck laid out the right way, knowing where that is, helps make you do that a whole lot better. When I first started out, I was working out of some used vans. A friend of mine who had a plumbing company, actually the one who got me into plumbing or told me about it, I bought 2 used vans from him, and they were good vans. And I worked out of those for 3 or 4 years. But as I needed new vans, then I was buying better used vans. Now, the last set of vans I got before I sold the company, we actually leased 4 extended cab, extra tall. We wanted the best vans that we could get. We also wanted to make sure that we had bins and storage and everything to where we could lay the vans out, where if a plumber or an apprentice went in another person's van, say they ended up on a job together and they used all the 3/4 90s that they had on their van, they could go in the other plumber's van and knew where those fittings would be because every van was laid out the same. And it's good for the apprentices too. Apprentices go from van to van to van working with different plumbers. So we always recommend lay it out so where they know every van they get in, they know where things are at. That's going to be your biggest deal because that's where you're out with the customer. You don't want to be out at a customer's house and it takes you twice as long to do the work because you can't find anything on your own van. Here in the shop, we do different things here every day. So we understand we've got shelves and tool bags and drawers and different boxes. But on a van, you want to know if you pull up to someone's house and you're working on the toilet, you know where all the toilet parts are each and every day. But also if you're restocking that van like you should be, you know exactly how many of them you have. So if you walk in a house that has 5 toilets, they want you to rebuild and you're like, well, I've only got parts for 3. You'll know that before you get there and maybe you can stop and get what you need. We moved in here about 5 years ago. We actually started our plumbing company, Texas Green Plumbing, out of my garage. And it was just me. I had 2 vans. I eventually hired another plumber. Then when I started putting ads out to hire other plumbers, one of the plumbers says, you know, nobody really wants to come to work for you because you're in your garage. You don't have an office. It's not a growing company. So we moved in here. Texas Green Plumbing eventually sold. Now we're keeping it, and this is the home of Roger Wakefield, LLC. We wanted to be in a spot where we could get in and around the Dallas area really easy. So just a couple of miles down the road is an intersection of Highway 75, Central Expressway, and the Georgia Bush Turnpike. We can get to where we need to be fast, and that's why we wanted to be in this area. When we started here, we just had a couple of plumbers. We had got up to 4, 5, 6 plumbers before we sold. Now, they've got a larger space down the street and actually just bought a new location, but this was great for what we needed. We've got plenty of storage in the back. We had plenty of office space up front, but once we sold, we started changing things around. We started building marketing areas. We started building studios for interviews and videos, stuff like that. So it's been great, but it has allowed us to grow. This is now where we keep everything for our social media. We've got all our cameras, accessories, tripods, different things that we're shooting video with. We've got a white box in here that we can actually get in, take pictures in, shoot video in. There's a million different things that we can do with all the right equipment, and it's a big deal having it all. Now, we've got to have this for the employees. We've got a refrigerator, a microwave, coffee pot. That way they can get whatever they need. And of course, we are in the Dallas area. That's a big deal to us. And you know, I've been here my whole life, so it makes it neat to see it as part of the company. So this is Amber. Amber's actually my manager. Amber is the one that makes sure everything happens for Roger Wakefield, for the trade talks, for Leak Pro, for all of it. She's the one that just goes through and makes sure we're doing everything we're supposed to do. How long have you been here now? 4 years?
Yeah, this will be 4.5.
Yeah. And this is one of the studios. This is probably the most important studio. This is the one that we built so we could start going live, so we could start shooting videos. And we built it all ourselves. I put the wall up over a couple of weekends. I put the sound protection up. We've installed the lights, multiple cameras, multiple monitors. We've got equipment in here so we can do all the things that we want to do and make everything look good. You know, this is all screw pipe. I built all of it. I've got two 48-inch curved monitors, so I can stand here and I can pull up about 6 different pages all at the same time. The other one that I really love is I've got a slider camera. And we set it up so literally during our broadcast, it slides back and forth. It's also about 50 inches long. That's a 4th camera that we can go to. We've got a primary, a secondary, a 3rd camera, and then we can go to the slider. I went to a social media conference in the end of February, beginning of March of 2018. By the first week of April, we were posting 3 videos a week. Now we go live on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. We continuously grow. This is something we knew nothing about. I had never known anything at all about audio video. We had to learn, we had to grow, but the neat thing is you can get on YouTube and learn how to do YouTube. They will literally teach you how. It's pretty cool. Now, this is my office / podcast studio. Now, the neat thing about it is, and the podcast is the Trade Talks. It's also a YouTube channel. We've never done anything with it, but we know that we're going to. We've designed this entire studio just for that. I've got multiple cameras. I've got lights in here. I've got a monitor in here. And we've done it all my favorite colors, red and black. I love the colors red and black. They kind of bring out my energy, I guess. Again, another 48-inch monitor in here. I'm from Texas. We go big. And I don't mean that bad, but I love big monitors. I love being able to get all the things up there I need. But I've got different things in here that are important to me. And it makes this my home. I walk in, I can get real comfortable. I spend a lot of time in here every week. So it's nice to be in a spot that I feel home and I feel comfortable in. My normal day consists of social media now. But in my world, that's a lot to do with plumbing. So I'm constantly looking at what can we do different in plumbing? What can we show people that we haven't shown them before? But with organizations I'm in, with masterminds I'm in, with other people I associate with, plumbing, HVAC, electrical, and roofing are probably the 4 trades I deal with and talk about the most each and every day. Next, we're going to step in here with the marketing department. Now, this is something that we've been growing for about 4 years now. So we've got multiple people in here. We've got Colton, senior video editor. We have Alyssa and Lilybet. They handle all my social media posts. They handle my blogs. We have a board where we track our KPIs. We also know who's got to do what. We've got our big rocks, and luckily, I came in early and erased all mine. No, luckily, I don't have any under me right now. But everybody knows what it is that they're working on, that they need to be working on. This is where their focus should be. We've got my yearly calendar, so we know, where I'm at, where I'm going, where I've been. So as you see, we've got this marked out in red because we have Jobber in the house today. This is our video calendar. We know where we're at video-wise, where we need to be. We know what we need to shoot, how we need to shoot, what video goes up on what day, when we've got people coming in the office to do training. Once we realized that we could do marketing and quit spending money on ads. And even from my very first website guy, I was like, look, I want to invest in organic. I don't want to invest in ads. I don't want to just do pay-per-click. The reason being, that's money you're just throwing away. You pay the money to make the phone ring, but as soon as that's done, as soon as you turn it off, the phone stops ringing. If you invest in organic, you invest in good relational marketing, relationship marketing, personality marketing, whatever you want to call it, you get your name out there where people know you, people know you, love you, trust you, and they're connected with you, they're going to make your phone ring. And to me, that's what it's all about. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check out some other Shop Talks.